Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today, I will be covering the subject of Sun in the third house for Aries Ascendant. Being the fifth lord, it is the Purva Punya Sthanadipati, Putra Sthanadipati, Lord of Education. So, all this sitting in the third house. Purva Punya Sthanadipati means the Lord of your previous janma, the previous birth, and its karma phala, that is the prarabdha, what you have brought for this into this world. So Purva Punya Sthana Adhipati. Progeny, it represents progeny because it is the lord of the fifth house. So third house means communication, shoulders, the neck, the thyroid gland, the collarbones, so arms, shaurya. So when Sun has a very strong malefic planet, normally it's a malefic. Malefic in the sense it's a cruel planet. Krura Graha. So people will tell, if Sun is a Krura Graha, then how come it's a Sattvic? If a king has to go for a war, he will not go for a war with a white flag. He will go for a war with a sword in the hand. So it's a king. But when he is with his subjects in his kingdom, he will be very soft to them. He will be very good to them. That is Sun. So he takes care of his subjects like his children, but when he goes to the war, he is merciless. He simply cuts the heads off. So because his kingdom is under threat. So that is what is Krura Graha. Krura means a very strong, rude, cruel planet. So when it is sitting in the third house, the person can become a very big scholar, he can become a good teacher, he can become an intelligent, fast thinking sports person, very quick, very good in martial arts, weightlifting, bodybuilding. So third house, an excellent position. Karaka for very good speech. Sun is a very good Karaka for good speech because both Sun and Moon are called luminaries. So luminaries can give a very talkative, make a person a talkative person. But they don't talk just like that. It is not that they simply spill their beans. So Sun particularly is a reserved planet by its nature. So when it is sitting in the house of communication, Karako, Bhavana, Shaya happens. They talk less and exactly to the point what is to be spoken of. They don't talk unnecessarily out of the way. They are very good in their talk, and because they talk so well, they encapsulate the moment. The people are like awestruck and they will be like, wow, listening to him, like as though a huge, legend is talking. So they love this respect, and they have very good communicative skills. The communicative skills with regard to their actions, the gestures, the talk, the voice, the tone, the spirit, everything is very good. So Sun in the third house, very strong position. They have strong arms and they have very good strength. Don't get it from the Sun. So don't get a bashing from a person who has Sun in the third house. Don't unnecessarily unsettle him. So they can be very good sports person. As I had told you earlier, they can use their arms very well. They are smart. They are, it also represents the younger brother because the third house means Bhratrusthana. Not only communication, it means Bhratrusthana, it also means Parakramasthana. So the relationship with the younger brother or younger sibling, sister would not be that great. It would be reserved, duty bound, and the relationship will be like, okay, it's running. So they are very highly motivated to do business. They cannot sit alone, sitting without doing their job. They need job. They have to be active. So they need to do their work continuously because they cannot sit idle. So why sun is more outwardly? It is not like moon which will sit inside and do meditation and loves to slumber into the bed and sleep with cozy happiness. Sun is not like that. Early morning, get up, do your work, routine based, very strong. So third house is activity because it is the third from the ascendant. For this is for Aries Lagna in particular, and here it sits in the nakshatras of Mrigashira 2 and 3. This is because it falls in the sign of Gemini. So sorry, not 2 and 3. Mrigashira 3 and 4. Then comes Ardra 1, 2, 3, 4 and Punarvasu 1, 2 and 3. So these are the nakshatras ruled by Mars, Rahu and Jupiter. So you can understand the strength when it sits in Ardra Nakshatra, the muscular strength the person will get. When it sits in Mrigashira Nakshatra, the motivation for investment and business. When it sits in Punarvasu Nakshatra, the motivation to teach, to train, to lecture. So this is a very strong placement of Sun in the third house. Out of all the placements, houses, I'm telling, Sun is strong in the third, the sixth, the 11th. The 10th also can be included as it's also an Upachaya, but still the third, 3, 6, 11, fantastic and strong placement for Sun. And hence, I'm not going into the Bhavat Bhava too much, but still I will be just referring to it when it is required, because the third house is the 11th from the 5th house. 5th house is for children, and the 11th, that is children, will be financially very strong when a native has Sun in the third house. So thank you very much for today's class.